Dajahao, my name is Garrick. Welcome back to Taiwan, Laowai. So we are on the last leg of our big expedition to the north of Keelung City. We are getting close to the very edge of the island, and I mean the very, very edge. Like, just look out at this. There are so many darn places on this mountain hike where it's just a perfect view to stare at the empty void of the ocean from up high and realize how minuscule you are. But we do have to get moving. We are going to hit sort of the northwest corner of Keelung, where it just immediately curves into the ocean. I'll put a picture up on Google Maps so you can see what I'm talking about. Essentially, we've got a lighthouse and we've got a tower that I want to visit. And once we do that, it's time to find another bus and head back to the apartment, to the hotel, to the wherever. You can tell I'm starting to get a little tired, but we will see this journey through. Let's get going. Say the one nice thing about climbing a mountain, going down is always significantly easier than going up. I'm not sure if it's picking up on this camera. Oh, it is. Yeah, you can see the big cruise ship in the water over there. Wonder what they're doing. Are they like fishing? Are they carrying cargo? The world may never know. Folks, it appears we have arrived at Keelung Lighthouse, which stands on the outer edge of the island, overlooking the sea, guiding the boats to shore. Not certain if it's still active or if it's just a historical site by now. Considering the other lighthouses I've seen in Taiwan, I would not be surprised if it is still doing its thing. But regardless, it's a very pretty place to be. So, let's see what it has to offer. Fun little stop. Not too big a lighthouse field, but that's fine with me. As you can probably guess, I do not have a big expedition left in me at the moment. So we're heading down the last stretch of this mountain right now. It looks like we are going to be right next to the shipyard when we get down to sea level. So we're going to pass by there, and we're going to see all the cool stuff they do en route to our final destination at the literal tippy tip of the island. God, who would freaking take these steps up the mountain? Where do those even lead? Okay, so just judging from this sign, Ever since getting to the Bai Mi Wong Fort near the end of last video, we have walked about 3/4 of a kilometer. And keep in mind, that was also after hiking up that little mountain village to get there in the first place. So I think it's safe to say from the moment we've gotten off the bus for now, we have walked at least 1 kilometer. I never would have pegged myself that kind of athletic person, but I mean, there you go, I guess. Alright, well, never mind, our last place was just knocked off the table. Turns out the road that Google Maps said was open to the public was not open to the public, and the destination that was open to the public was also not open to the public. I'd have to walk through, like, the actual shipyard to get there, and the guards at front were like, yeah, not happening. What it's worth, the last place I wanted to visit was Guanghua Tower, which is some sort of tower, I guess, at like the tail end of one of the breakwaters at this part of the island. Not sure what the tower does. I guess it's something related to shipyards and such. We'll never know now. I wonder why Google said it was open when it was very clearly closed. Maybe it used to be open, but they recently closed it to the public or something? I don't know. But that said, my goodness, look where we are. We have somehow, after all that walking, touched down right back at the same bus stop we got off on. Now, we just took a massive circle to get right back to where we started. Isn't that convenient? As a matter of fact, I think I see the bus coming up right now, so I'm gonna hustle for a bit and make sure I don't miss it. Okay, see you.
5 minutes later.
Okay, good news. That was actually not the bus I wanted, so we've got time to do a proper video outro without rushing. This has been a long day, but it's been a very rewarding day, I would say. Once again, I am very impressed with my own stamina. I've never been an athletic person, but while my legs are burning a little bit, I am not like, I'm not dying. I'm not seeking the sweet release of death. I'm gonna take that as a sign of progress. I don't know about you. All things considered, I am very happy with how today went. We made it to most of the places I wanted. We did skip a couple here and there. It was just another lighthouse and a museum that is closed on the weekends. And I'm sure there'll be another time to come back and check those out at some point in the future. So now we're gonna head back to the hotel. We're gonna crash for a bit again. Then our last video for today, I believe, will be finding some dinner. And then tomorrow, it'll be time to go home. God, it's over already. I'm so sad. I feel like it just started. It's fine, though. We had fun, and I'm sure you guys had fun, too. So I'm gonna put this phone down now and keep an eye on the road to make sure that I do not miss the actual bus when it comes. Once again, thank you so much for joining me at Taiwan Lao Wai. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, share with your friends, all that good stuff. I swear to God, my outros are getting more chaotic by the minute. And as always, I will see you next.
1 hour later.
Well, alright then, we got ourselves a few different kinds of pastries in here. From what I gathered, there are like 3 different kinds of the small buns and then one of the longer buns. I think there's also like a bigger scallion pancake version, but they seem to be out of those by the time I got there, so would not be surprised if they sold out considering how long the line still was. So I guess if you want to try one of those scallion pancakes, maybe get here on the earlier side and stay in line a bit. This is the guy with black sesame seeds on top. Let's see what's inside. Okay, I'm gonna say this one is sweet potato filling, because that's sort of the consistency and flavor I'm getting. Yeah, it's either sweet potato or taro. It's got that sort of mashy, tubery consistency to it. And it is quite sweet. Definitely sweet potato vibes, so that's what I'm going with. It's sweet potato. I think the other flavors were red bean and green bean, I want to say. I may be mistaken, don't quote me on that. I should mention that the 4 of them altogether was 65 NTD. The small round ones are 15 a pop. The big one, the longer one, is 20. Now we go on with black and white sesame seeds on top. Let's find out what that is. Okay, that is taro. That is the most purpley gray taro-iest mash I have ever seen. That is 100% taro. As always, it's not my favorite flavor in the world, but I don't mind it. Though I definitely prefer the sweet potato. The sweet potato is a little juicier. The taro is pretty dry. Sweet potato, I think, has more flavor. It has more natural sweetness. I think the only time I really loved taro is like Thai-style, crispy, deep-fried taro with like a tangy, sweet dipping sauce. Just like this, it doesn't really do much for me. But again, it's not terrible. I don't mind eating it. I should probably call it quits for now and like save my stomach for dinner, but I do want to eat these before they go cold. So next we got one with just white sesame seeds. I'm going to guess this one is green bean because that is one of the flavors that the lady running the stall said in English. Of course, we're under the dark overhang for this. Well, let's give it a bite, see if we're right. Instantly, the flavor of like green bean casserole fills my mouth. I don't even have to look at the inside to know. Yeah, that literally tastes like, you know, your typical Thanksgiving green bean casserole, your holiday dinner green bean casserole, but in an Asian pastry dough. Now, I happen to like green bean casserole, so I have no problem with that. Oh dear, we seem to have stumbled headfirst right back into the night market. Man, it's never not bustling. A quick update to the flavor. It's not just green bean casserole, it's green bean casserole with little bits of scallion mixed in. So there's an extra bit of a sharp onion flavor cutting through the sweetness and the richness, which I approve. This is definitely my favorite one so far. I'm definitely going to need to do a late dinner, is what I'm getting the feeling of here. Well, if we're already damned, might as well sin. Let's try the long boy. Okay, that's sesame paste. Took me a second to figure out that's like black sesame paste. I am pretty sure that's mixed in here. I have an on-off relationship with black sesame paste. It's very sticky, it's very clingy in your teeth. It's a very particular kind of dessert flavor that I took a bit to get used to. Also, hi, welcome back to the hotel. But this is like one of the best done kinds of black sesame paste I think I've had. It's very warm still, it's hot, so it flows a bit better. It doesn't get quite so stuck like peanut butter. It's good. Honestly, it's kind of like a version of taro that I enjoy. It's like that kind of, you know, sticky, cloying, mild sweetness, but whereas I don't like it in taro just because of how sort of mushy and dry it is. This one handles it a lot better for me. And now we are back at the apartment at last. It's gonna be a late dinner tonight. Luckily, I think I have a restaurant that fits those qualifications, so I will see you then, and now I'm gonna take you back to my outro in 3, 2, 1. And as always, I will see you next time. 再见. Bye-bye!